What's up, guys? Another video. If you haven't read the title, this is a review, man. I mean, Mario. So, I did a video previously about the Transformers trailer. Obviously, hopefully you watched that if you care. But this is my thoughts on the Mario Brothers trailer, the new one. They've put out two teaser in this one. It's a good cast. I'm gonna tell people it's a good cast. I really enjoy it. I mean, I don't care too much about them being not casting the guy to voice Mario in a live action film. I mean, they're never gonna do that. They rarely ever do. I don't know why people are so upset. I'm gonna take a drink. Hold on. Sorry, my voice. I think the cast is really solid. Everyone's doing a real good job, and people are so mad and so hung up on Chris Pratt playing Mario because of a lot of reasons. One is his religious beliefs now. People are so upset about his religious beliefs, and I'm like, why? Who gives a fuck about his religious beliefs? It doesn't bother me what he believes in. You could be a Satanist, you could be Jewish, you could be whatever the fuck, you know, you could be worship the flying spaghetti monster. Who gives a fuck? But that's what a lot of people were hung up on when he first got, right before he got cast and when he got cast. I don't care. I think he's a good actor. He's, you know, he's Star-Lord. Is Emmett in the Lego movie. Nobody cared about that. He's played in a few other animated films. He was in the Jurassic World franchise, which that's a hit and miss franchise. I enjoyed the films, even though they're not perfect compared to the originals, and nothing beats the first two anyway. So, but I mean, he was in those. I mean, he's a good actor. He's fun. He's enjoyable. And people are so hung up with the fact that he's Mario, and it's like he's good. He's good. He's a good actor. Charlie Day is Luigi. He's from Always Sunny and a few other things. Funny guy, great guy, a guy who couldn't deserve it more being in a big movie like that for Nintendo. Jack Black is Bowser. That when I heard him in that first teaser, and he's not really much in the second teaser at all, Bowser, but his voice, Jack Black, you get a little nuggets of Jack Black in there, but he went hard on that voice for Bowser as well. So I mean that was really good. And Anna Taylor-Joy is Peach. She's cool. She was one of my favorite parts of the New Mutants movie. That's the main thing I've seen her in. I've seen her in a little bit of other stuff, but mainly in that movie. She played Magic in that. And if I was going to take any character from that movie and bring him into the MCU, it would be Magic. She had Lockheed, which is the purple dragon that Shadowcat has. I actually have a statue with Lockheed on it over here. Boom, Shadowcat, Lockheed. See, that's Lockheed. But Magic has that. But I think the casting's really great. And then you also have Toad, which I think is Keegan-Michael Key, I think, is playing Toad. And there's a few other people cast. And I was reading through the cast list today, and I was like, wow, this is a really fun cast. Really a lot of funny people. Even Chris Pratt, who's been in funny shit, man. He was in Wanted. I love what happens to him in Wanted, and a lot of other films, man. He's a good guy. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything until I see a full talking, because that's one thing I will say is that they're hiding his voice throughout the trailers. You don't see him talk very much, and I think that's a reason, because he does not gonna sound like Mario 100%. I think he's gonna sound like Chris Pratt. I will give you that. But I don't think it's going to matter as much to us once we're in there. I mean, look at the world. Look at this is what we wanted from the old Super Mario Brothers movie. You know, that weird one? Yeah, that's what we had. When Peppered Farm remembers. That one. I mean, we had a different time. But I don't know. It's just a weird thing that people are so hung up on that. I just think the world looks really good. They got Mushroom Kingdom. This Mario has never been to Mushroom Kingdom, it seems. Him and Luigi, they don't know Bowser. Bowser has Luigi, which is very interesting, and that he, like, there's a good joke in the trailer. You need to watch the trailer, because I don't want to spoil that joke, but the Bowser and Luigi has a really funny joke in that. And it's just, it seems like this is going to be like a discovery. Like, this is for kids who haven't played Mario very much or don't know enough about it. And I think this is very much an introductory to Mario, a good place to start somebody um, on Mario. I think it's going to be a family-friendly film for everybody to see, and I think it's going to be something you should take your kids to. And it's good. Three generations can go see it, like a grandfather, a father, and a son now. I mean, that's going to be really cool to see families do that. I know my friend Tanner probably will take his son to see it. As well, you know, and my friends are going to, and my friend Nathan's going to take his kids, I bet. I just think it's a smart idea, Nintendo finally getting around to doing animation. They're doing it with Illumination Studios, which is the people who do the Despicable Me films, I believe. They do the Despicable Me and the Minions films, as far as I remember. And that's going to be very interesting as to how that team animates the whole film, because there's some parts that they do hiccup here and there. But I think it's going to be very good. And what the style of the film is going to be. Is it going to be very much just like the Despicable Me films, or is it going to be very much like a true adaptation to Mario? Is it going to be... Is it going to give you the feels? I mean, we also get... I know Kiko Maki's playing fucking Donkey Kong, isn't he? I don't remember. Holy shit. I might be wrong. So, I mean, we have Donkey Kong in the movie as well. We get to see that in this trailer as well. If I'm ever wrong about anything, tell me in the comments, because you know, I'm saying stuff off the top of my head when I record a video. I don't do a lot of research into some stuff. Like, whenever I'm doing my thoughts on a trailer, I go, ooh, trailer, ooh, let's watch. And then I come and I turn this on. You know, I watched the trailer last night and I rewatched it today, in the morning before I went to work, and then I got home and I rewatched it again. And it's just a really cool concept of, like, they're showing a lot. You know, like, this, in the two trailers, they showed a lot of the world. And how it's going to seem like it's going to span the Mushroom Kingdom. We're going to see a lot of stuff, I think. We might be seeing Pauline, which is going to be very interesting. If we see Pauline in the story at all, and how that all is going to work. And we see a Coliseum fight, and it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be like essentially like this road trip movie with Mario, Toad, and Luigi involved in this whole thing and trying to stop Bowser, who has the star, the magic star, probably. And that's just something I've always wanted. As a kid, we wanted that Mario movie. We wanted a Legend of Zelda film, which I think we might be getting the Legend of Zelda. I think if this does well, if the Super Mario Brothers movie, we're getting a sequel. That's the first thing. But I think it's also given we may get other, Nintendo films. What if we get like a Metroid Samus movie, or we get a Star Fox, or we get Bayonetta, which could be a live action, could be an animated. Who cares? What if we get like the Ice Climbers? What if we get Ness in the the Mother series as a series of movies? Or what if we get like Master Hand? There's a lot of things they could do there with like Nintendo properties, and that's not all of the Nintendo properties they have. There's like a lot of Animal Crossing. There's a lot of things they can do within the world of Nintendo, and the Captain Falcon. Oh my god, just doing the F-Zero as a story, cause they're actors. Like the game is they're actors in the show. It was like a NASCAR type of show, but it's like they're all actors. They play these wacky characters. That game, play F-Zero GX, you will understand. Or if you play any of the F-Zero games, they kind of give you little things that show you what the actual story of that game is, because it's a funny thing. It's a really funny story. That would be a funny animated film. That might give people a kickstart to get another F-Zero game, because goddamn, I want another F-Zero game. We get Mario Kart, but we don't get F-Zero. I miss the F-Zero games. They're really fast-paced games. But like the trailers, this makes me excited. Chris Pratt may be the one thing you might be worrying about, but it's not making me worry that much about the film. I think the film's going to be a solid, fun film. They wouldn't cast a guy if they didn't think they had a solid base film. At the base, I think this is like it was important for them to get the movie right. Whether Chris Pratt does 100% on the voice of Mario is not my concern. My concern is the story first, and then Mario's voice second, and then blah 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 third, fourth, fifth. I think he's going to do a solid job. I think he's going to be decent. I think he's going to try his best with the voice, or maybe he's doing a voice that they recommended. That's always a possibility that they want him. You wouldn't hire a guy who could do the voice of Mario and be a famous actor. You would want a little bit of his own voice in it from the studio perspective and from the general audience perspective. You want people to go see it because Chris Pratt's in it, Jack Black's in it, Anna Taylor-Joy, all these people. Because That's how you get people to go see it. And if you don't know, that's why you can, from a studio perspective. I was actually in school to make films eventually. That's what I was going to school for. Originally, now I'm doing business, but it's like from the business perspective of film, that's why a lot of studios do in the animation side, and in some of the cases, like some of these films, where they get as many big act names in a film that might not technically fit, especially in animation, to sell the film to, especially the producers pitching it to the studio and the studio pitching it to the audience, because they're trying to sell you the film as well. And I get, like, the diehards are always going to be like, we want the original cast. Well, a lot of the voice actors from the games, sorry, not the cartoons, but the games, are coming back for the film, doing different roles, different characters. But I mean, they're going to be in it, and that's cameos. That's going to be worth it, I think. But that's why they can't really do the, oh, we'll go get him. There, in some cases, they could. I think in some cases, like in the small, like in the video game world, if you were to take a video game like God of War into an animated movie, you could get away with that, I think. If you were to do it animated, but if they're going to do a God of War movie, they're going to do it live action. But that's just a good example. In some cases, it could work, probably. And they don't need that name to sell the film. They just have the franchise on its base. And I think Super Mario Bros. Could possibly as well. But I think it's smarter for a studio to try to guarantee their money more with the big name on it in most cases. That's just my opinion in most cases. I think I'm really excited for this movie, man. It's going to be fun. It looks fun. Jack Black, one of my favorite. If you don't know, in the last few years, ever since I was a young child, School of Rock, when that came out, even before that, I saw like Shallow Hal, and I saw a few other films. I loved that actor. Like, I watched the HBO Teenage D show when I was younger. I watched a lot of things. I watched a lot of Jack Black. I saw him in his cameo roles, like in what's that movie with the aliens? I forgot. Mars Attacks. He was in that. He was in a lot of films, man. And he has a lot of cameos in different films. If you go look and see his resume, I love some movies that are weird, like the bird watching film he was in. I forgot what that was. What that movie was called, but man, like, and then Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny. I've seen him live twice with Tenacious D. I mean, he's just a guy I really, really like. Chris Pratt, I love him in Star Lord. Love him in Jurassic Park, even though those movies are not written the best. His character is fine. And I love him in Wanted, man, and I love him in Parks and Rec. Man, the guy's been funny, and I don't care about all the drama around him. Charlie Day, I really love him in. Even though I didn't watch a lot of Always Sunny, I do enjoy him in Always Sunny, and I loved him in Horrible Bosses. That was a funny movie. The first one, not the second one. The second one's not as good, but it's still funny. I've watched both of those. So he's a funny guy. And then obviously Keegan-Michael Key, Key and Peele, Mad TV, all that stuff, Those two guys were really funny. And then Anna Joy, she did that chess movie, right? And I know she's dating Beast from X-Men, and she's also that guy, the actor that played the Beings in the younger X-Men movies, and he was also J.R.R. Tolkien, I believe, in the Tolkien biopic movie they did. He's really cool. So her, and obviously there's like, just go down the list of cast. I enjoy everybody on this cast, so that's one thing I like. It's not turning me off from the movie just from the voice. I just think that is very much a valid concern of why are they hiding the voice of Mario and not giving these long texts of dialogue in the trailers. And not really getting very many people long text of dialogue in the trailers. You don't get much of Luigi, you don't get much of Mario. You get more of Peach, pretty much. You get Toad pretty vividly. Toad does really well. You got a little snippet of DK a little bit, I think. And what Bowser has gotten the most, like, speaking, and that's because Jack Black killed that, I really think. But that's what I want. I can't wait for another trailer to see what the voices are going to be. If they're going to show them or if they're going to hide them a little bit more. That means, more than likely, both Mario and Luigi might have their normal voices. And people have noticed Luigi definitely had a normal voice. And Mario seemed to have bits and pieces of a normal voice mixed in with, like, the Mario mannerisms. So that's something I would love to see in the next trailer when we get it. I don't typically watch 5, 6, 7 trailers before the movie comes out. This is one I would love to keep my eye on, see what I see in the trailer. So I might do more videos on this one, because that'd be just very interesting to see what they do next with this trailer, with this movie, what it's going to be when it comes out finally next year. We're going to see that. I know Mark, if you're watching this, Mark, you got to see that with me. We got to make Tanner come with us, and maybe even bring Mason and other people with us, because that'd be fun. I think that'd be fun. Bring a bunch of friends, go see Super Mario Brothers, just the old one back in the day. I mean, just to now. I mean, that'd be fun. I think that's really cool. I think we're gonna see what we can bring and go see this movie in theaters, man. I'm excited for it. What are your thoughts about it? Do you like the idea of the movie? Do you don't like the idea of the movie? You don't give a fuck? Like I always say in the comments below. What do you think of the trailer? What do you think of the movie so far? Is Chris Pratt good and bad? Do you not care? I think the movie's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But this is already 15 minutes long. Holy shit! You probably don't want to see me talk for 15 minutes. I mean, I don't care if you like a lot of stuff. But man, if you've been watching for 15 minutes, thanks, man. I mean, I get it. It's a long video. You probably don't like seeing this white guy talk about bullshit. But thank you for watching, man. I really appreciate it. We have a lot of other stuff coming out. A lot of other videos. I just released a couple of videos. Mark just did a podcast. He's working on some behind the scenes Let's Play stuff. Me and him are doing Little Nightmares 2, if you haven't heard already from me talking about that shit, and in the podcast as well. So I mean, we're doing a lot of stuff. This is Bloodhaven Gaming, if you haven't heard. We've been doing this for quite a few years now. We're always on and off about it. We always forget shit. Life kind of gets us in the way of doing videos and stuff sometimes. I still have Skyrim. I'm still doing it. I swear to God, videos will eventually happen for Skyrim. It's not a scrapped game. I'm gonna do it. That's a game that I could always come in, pop in, and just come and play here and there. So there's that too. I mean, I love Skyrim, so I mean that's something that will always probably be going up here and there, as well as some of the co-op Let's Play like Little Nightmares 2. So, and we're gonna do that spiritual successor to the Little Nightmares 2 game that's supposed to come out next year, I think. So be on the lookout for a lot of stuff. Cause man, there's a lot of stuff we want to do and a lot of cool projects we want to do in here. And I mean, me and him are weird people, so don't be alarmed if you see some weird shit out there about us in the world, because we're weird fucking people. So there's that too. But I enjoy anybody who takes the time to watch our videos because it's kind of cool. I mean, we're from Texas. We're weird. As you can see, look how weird I am. I mean, look at all this weird shit in metal. And you have Vanessa Hudgens, and there's Lord of the Rings, and I'm a weird person. X-Girls. I mean, come on. It's a weird person, man. I'm rambling on now. I'm going to let you go. Thanks for watching.